As the nation nears its 250th anniversary, we're highlighting everyday Americans who make up the fabric of our great nation in a series called America's 250, Red, White, and You.
Our latest story comes from a tight-knit community in Ohio, where, as Monica Robbins reports, some high school students are on the verge of something extraordinary.
I have to try not to cry.
You're gonna be great.
I always end up crying a little bit.
Tears and homecoming weekend go hand in hand in Bay Village, where a community joins in a call to action.
Together, we are lighting the night for hope, healing, and strength.
Light the Night celebrates, honors, and remembers those touched by blood cancer, like senior Molly Keene.
I was 7 years old. It was the summer before my second grade year when I was diagnosed with B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia.
And those before her.
I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma for the first time in 2015 and then was in remission quickly after in January of 2016. And then a few months later, I was diagnosed again with a relapse.
Jane Finley, now in her 20s, a college graduate and living a young professional's life in Texas, her hometown, never far from her heart. It's where she got it all started.
It feels like it was so long ago, but it also feels like it was just yesterday that this was all happening. But to have a community like Bay Village rally around me during that time, it was really, really incredible.
Still in the thick of her own fight, she walked into the principal's office. It's been 9 years, but Jason Martin remembers that day well.
We had a student who was just coming out of a blood cancer diagnosis and had been going through treatment, and the student walked into my office and said, "I signed up for this Student Visionary campaign, can you help me?" And I agreed to help, but I wasn't really sure what we were signing up for.
The Student Visionaries campaign challenges high school teams to fundraise for blood cancer research over 7 weeks. Bay students raised nearly $70,000 in that first year.
It definitely makes me pretty emotional. I mean, I thought we would really only do it that 1 year.
One campaign turned to 10, with a milestone few could have dreamed.
In 10 years, since Blood Cancer United Student Visionaries of the Year at Bay High School started, we've raised nearly $1 million, and we're trying to hit that milestone this year.
Team It Takes a Village, led by Molly and fellow seniors Meredith Wyden and Shelby Gillette, are leading the charge to raise $150,000 by the grand finale March 14th in order to hit that $1 million mark.
Most of the money we raise is from the letters and the emails that our 65 team members send out, but we also have our fundraisers that bring in a lot of money, and then our sponsorships. So I think with all of that combined, we'll definitely hit our goal.
Those fundraisers embody fun, creativity, and community spirit, all while changing lives, too.
I think I'm definitely learning the people side of it. Like, you talk to people and you hear about people's stories, and it makes you like truly think and take into perspective what they're going through and how much you can help, like even like just as a high school student.
Can I get $10 back?
For Molly, Jane, and other Bay students who've battled blood cancers, there's a feeling of duty, responsibility.
I know there are some families out there that are not as fortunate as I was, so I have to give back so that they can be able to see their families like how I am.
And for Jane Finley, who started it all, there is pride watching today's students carry it forward, and love for the community that still loves her back.
Oh my gosh, I am so, so grateful to have, so many people want to raise awareness for a disease that is so evil sometimes and takes away a lot from people. It really, really warms my heart, and it gives me hope.
A lot of good in this country, and look forward to more of that series celebrating us as we hit 250.
I love all these stories, and they're just, everyday people doing something small that ends up being extraordinary.
Yeah.